Hi, I'm Judy Griffin with Aroma Health Texas, and today we're going to work on purpose. We have done will and intuition, and we have to have purpose. We have to have that reason for putting all this together. So the will has some place to go, and the intuition has something to do. So the purpose, I've got my 1 ounce bottle of, I've got jojoba oil in here. I've got it labeled with a date because we normally keep it sitting for 2 or 3 weeks. And I have a couple different ones we can make a blend from, and I'll get into that in a minute. So with purpose, we're looking for action and thoughts. And it really, on a spiritual level, it deals with good or evil, good over evil, really. We're using the imagination to create and enhance our reality, but purpose also has action with it. Our purpose blend will correct lack of imagination, which is a problem. If you have will and intuition and no imagination, it helps poor self-image. And I kind of think that we all need to work on our self-image at least a little bit to tune it up, if not to really work on it. It's good for guilt and such like that. Unrealistic dreamer, they really need this purpose blend. And someone with forgetfulness, I can tell you as you get older, you'll be able to use this blend more and more. And if you're just kind of detached from reality, or the opposite is only looking at things from a materialistic point of view. Those are just some of the things that we're going to be addressing in this blend. And I'm going to give you a couple different ideas. So the first thing we're going to do is start our base, and that is going to be 6 drops. The base has essential oils that have bigger molecules, the biggest molecules, and they last for a long time, so they're going to support the heart and top notes to be able to really be creative. And we can do a combination, which is what I was thinking of doing, and or one or the other. In this blend of base notes, we need cedar wood. Cedar wood gives us the strength that we need. And I've heard something about, how come we're using so much cedar wood? So we're going to combine it with cabruva, which is a really sweet, woody, much milder smelling, so it'll kind of take too much stress off of the scent of the cedar wood. And I use Texas cedar wood. Virginia or Atlas cedar wood is good. If you're getting into Himalayan cedar wood, it's beautiful, but it's better as a top note. It really is too light and airy for a base note. So with both cabruva and cedar wood, we're going to use it to reduce stress and anxiety. We're going to use it for better relaxation and going into meditation. Excellent. On the body, it soothes red and inflamed skin. You have to use it in a dilution. Don't use essential oils neat. Not these guys. And it also helps for an expectorant for people with need for better breathing. They need to loosen mucus and get all that out. Yeah, that's what we're using it for. So I'm going to start with the cedar wood. Since we're using 6 drops, I thought I'd use 3 of each. Except I didn't get 3. No, there's still not 3. Come on. There it goes. Okay. And you could use 4 too, which, you know, if you like one better than the other, if you want it to be smoother, then more bold, then you would use more of your cabruva than your cedar wood. Next is cabruva. It's really nice. It's a mild, sweet kind of woody scent, and it is used as a middle note also, but I like it to use it with as a base note. It can be used because it is a wood, and I will use 3 drops of that. That's our base. These are easy. Y'all can do this. Cabruva is also good for wounds and burns and cuts, diluted and put on the skin. So that's really good. Now let's talk about the heart note, the middle note. We can do a couple different things. We could do black spruce, another type of wood, but it is a very mild scent, and it could be a heart note, okay? It works for bone health, it's antimicrobial, it's great for muscle pain. That would be a good one, but it needs to be, I think, mixed with something else. So, because it's very mild, and you really want to bring out the scent of all this wood. You could use rosemary, and with rosemary you're going to support pleasant memories, thoughts, you're going to release endorphins. That's a good idea when you're putting all this together for a purpose. The rosemary that we use in essential oils in aromatherapy is essential, and it's good for the scalp and the hair. And it's also, rosemary is good for the back and rheumatism. A lot of people don't realize that. And for respiratory ailments. However, I'm not going to use it in this blend because it's not good for seizures, for people with certain brain conditions. For pregnancy and for children, I would use rosemary with caution. And especially if at any age somebody has hypertension, you might want to use something else. Now, if we use those, then I'm going to go on to the top note. For those, we'd use a top note of spearmint, which is for migraines. It's very cooling, so it's antifebrile, and it's anti-inflammatory. It improves with 1 year of age, so if you have that knowledge, you can ask. If you ask us, it's like, yes, it's been aged for a year. So it has a much better scent and performance. And if I was going to use spearmint in this blend, which goes great with rosemary and what we've got done already, I would combine it with lime, because spearmint and lime just really are a pickup, and that's what we want in a top note. You can use lime with any essential oil. It blends with any of them wonderfully. We make a product, lotion called Limeade, and it helps to reduce or prevent scars and stretch marks, and it helps emotional well-being. It helps energy. So that would be an energizing blend. Now, the one I'm going to do, that's a possibility if you like that. So many people have hypertension. I don't use some of the essential oils very often in a lecture without giving an alternative. So our alternative is going to be chamomile. And this is Roman chamomile. And there's a blue chamomile that's a German chamomile, and some people use that term for blue tansy, which is a totally different plant. Anyway, we're using Roman chamomile as a wonderful scent. It's strong, but it's mild in its nature, and it's a very good digestant. And you have to remember that purpose takes a lot of energy out of you, and it's not a good time to be shook up or scared or anything like that, or in fight or flight, which affects everything, but it starts by affecting your digestion. So we want to protect the digestion in our purpose blend, and I'm going to use some Roman chamomile, and we can actually use I'm going to use 15 drops. We can blend it, we could blend it with rosemary, we could blend it with, another essential oil and just use like 8 and 7 drops. But okay, so we've got 15 drops of chamomile. I like chamomile on its own, so that's part of it. And I use a different top note. I hope I'm not confusing y'all, but some people indicate that they need more info and want to learn more about the essential oils. So I would combine it with 9 drops of ylang. And ylang extra, sometimes now they're calling it ylang complete. And ylang is a very good lifting up. It can be mentally mildly stimulating, but through much relaxation, which is really what you want, because purpose often takes, to develop purpose and know what your purpose is, may take some meditative types. That was nice. So we're going to leave this a simple blend, but it works really well. We're going to leave it in a dark, cool place like a cabinet, not a refrigerator. And after 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to see how that comes out. I know I've done something like this before, and people really liked it, which is why I used this particular one, last one, to do a demonstration. Now, on the other blend, we talked about using lime as our part of our top note, and that needs to be refrigerated just like any of your other citruses, okay? So we are ready to go. Now we have will, intuition, and purpose. We're getting more and more of formulating how our life is going, how it's going to go in the future, and what your purpose is for your life at this time. I'll see you in a week. Please let me know all your questions. Like, share, subscribe. Look forward to it. Bye-bye.